Hey, y'all, and welcome to Faith and Future Reinvention podcast. I'm Dr. Kay Hadley, your Faith and Future Reinvention architect, and I'm so grateful that you decided to join me today. This podcast is a space for those who believe that reinvention is possible at any stage of life 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, wherever you are on your age journey, especially when your faith and reflection and intentional actions, right, come together. Over the past several episodes, we've been building a powerful foundation. Let me recap. Episode 1 helped us to recognize that the loudest critic in the room is what? Our own mind. And in episode 2, we asked the question that many people face in transition, which is what's next or what's next for me. In episode 3, it reminded us that we belong in the room and that our message is bigger than our mess. In episode 4, we explored manifestation and the power of intentional thinking. In episode 5, we focused on mind transformation, learning how to retrain our thoughts one at a time. In episode 6, it invited us to really rethink our identity, which is our own mindset, right? And to step into that person that our future requires. So we're going from the old mindset to a new mindset. Today, we're going to talk about designing your future vision, because once your mind changes and your identity begins to shift, then you need a vision that guides you where you're going. So vision gives direction to what? Reinvention. And reinvention without vision can feel confusing, right? Oftentimes we know something in our life is changing, like there's a shift. We can feel the vibes, we can feel the energy, but we're not sure where it's leading us exactly. Well, vision provides that direction. Vision answers the question, what kind of life am I intentionally building? What is it that I'm building? Vision is not about predicting every detail of the future, right? You're not going to know every step up front, but it is about seeing a clear direction for who you are becoming and how you want to live. Without vision, people drift. We know this. And without vision, people perish, according to the Bible, Proverbs 29:18. So we know with vision, people can move with what? Intention. There are so many people who are living without a clear vision today. They're going from minute to minute, hour to hour, day by day, week by week, month by month, year by year, without any clear focus. They're just going about the day, possibly responding to responsibilities and pressures and expectations, but really pausing to ask themselves any question, right? People move through life reacting through what? Circumstances instead of designing their future. But you should pause and ask yourself the question, what do I truly want my next chapter to be like? Because when we don't design our future intentionally, when we don't ask ourselves the question and we just go about life, whatever happens the next hour, the next day, the next moment, the next minute, whatever, right? When we don't design our future intentionally, we often inherit someone else's expectation, how somebody else wants us to go through life, right? Either we fall into the shadow of a spouse or family or friends, or maybe a manager is directing you some type of way, or maybe you have a counselor in school that's directing you some type of way, wherever you are. We tend to fall or inherit someone else's expectation. Reinvention invites us to pause, right, and to ask deeper questions like the following. Number 1, what kind of life do I want to create? What impact do I want to have? What kind of person do I want to become in the next seasons of life? Now, you may not have the answers to any of these questions, maybe one of them or none, right, at this moment. And that's okay, right? Because you're going to work through it. What you need to know is that faith and vision work together, right? Faith without works, we know is what? Dead. So that vision is going to lead to action steps, right? where you're going to work towards something that is of value, that you're in alignment with the will of God, right? The vision, the divine purpose, and the plan that the Lord has for you. You want to make sure that it's all in alignment. So faith and vision works together. Vision is not only about ambition, but for many people, vision is connected to what? Your purpose. So faith reminds us that our lives have meaning beyond our current circumstances. I will say that sometimes vision comes clearly, but other times it unfolds very slowly, and that's okay. You may not see the entire path right now, right? It's not like a one and done instantaneously. You know it right off the bat, right? That's not always the case. But faith allows you to take the next step, right? Faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. So you're going to take this faith step, right? Until you get the full picture, right? But that involves faith and works. It's taking small steps, right? Until the full picture becomes visible to you. Vision is often revealed through reflection, right? You reflecting upon it, taking time to meditate, and those thoughts will come to your mind. You'll know that nudge that's leading you for a shift, for a different path, right? To a different door, to a different decision, a different challenge, whatever it is. You can utilize reflection for that, right? Or prayer, or journaling, or new experiences, right? And quiet moments of clarity, just being quiet altogether, you'll tend to get some type of thought, right? Will enter to your mind, and don't dismiss it right away. Write it down and think upon it and see where it's leading you to. All right. Now I want to talk about how to begin designing your future vision, right? Designing your future does not require perfection. Know that up front. But it does require intention. You have to be intentional about this work because no one else can do it for you. You have to do it for yourself. You have to reflect on what matters most, right? Ask yourself, what truly matters to me right now? And what values do I want to guide my life moving forward, right? Throughout life, our values, they shift, right? They change, right? What used to be important, of value to us in our 20s was no longer significant in our 30s. And thereafter, in our 40s, our 50s, or our 60s, our values tend to change throughout life, right? So what values do I want to guide my life moving forward? And then imagine your future self. Think about the person that you're becoming and how does that person think, lead, and treat others, right? In this next season. You can also determine your vision, all these thoughts that you're having through this self-work, by creating a visual reminder. And one of the things I've done, and I've shared on a podcast, on a past podcast, one or two, I'll probably mention it more than once, is that I have a vision board, and I have a 10-year vision board. 10 years, y'all. And so I am working through what the next decade is going to look for me. And so I'm working through those details, year by year, and then clustering them as a matter of fact. And then I have also a time capsule so that what does that vision look like at the end, right? Once I finish through all of these different steps, all of these different concepts that I've put on the board, they may change. I'm going to tell you right now, they're up there, but they're subject to change. So it's an agile board. I will say that subject to change as I get more details through every act of faith or step of faith that I'm taking towards the alignment that's already been predestined for me, right? Through God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit. So create visual reminders. Some people use vision boards, others use journals. They write personal mission statements. Take small, consistent steps. Vision becomes reality, right? Through action. Let me say that again. Vision becomes reality through action. So small steps taken consistently can lead to a meaningful change. Got that? All right. So now I want to shift because I want to introduce you to an AI tool, artificial intelligence, that can also be instrumental with helping you vet through different questions, or as you're going through these evaluation moments, what's next for you. Consider using AI to assist you through the process. Now, I'm going to do a demonstration using ChatGPT, and ChatGPT is a type of artificial intelligence, of course. It's a language model designed to understand and respond to human conversation, right? So I'm going to demonstrate that to you momentarily, and hopefully this will help you with brainstorming ideas and assist you with your next steps, whether it's a new business that you're being called to build. Is it a new career? Is it personal growth that you're looking for? Some type of transformation with that. So consider AI, artificial intelligence. I can tell you, I have used it and it's been beneficial. I know that there are some thoughts or perspective behind artificial intelligence. Some feel it might be evil, it might be antichrist. Some feel that it's just awesome. It's so transformational, and it's helping them to do a lot of things, really, to think through a lot of things. Some people don't even have to go and pay for professional like marketing, creating your own. Maybe you're trying to find a writer, a technical writer, somebody to help you with writing a book. Like, artificial intelligence, y'all, can do a lot of things. I can attest to it because I am a certified AI consultant. So that's why I wanted to share this with you. This is something that I think will benefit you greatly. So stand by as I move over to ChatGPT. All right, y'all, here I am in ChatGPT. I hope you can see my screen very well. I have already set up some prompts for you to help you vet through the questions about what it is that you're looking for in your next chapter. What are some of the values you want to vet through? What are my next steps? So I have already plugged in the first prompt, and I'm going to make these prompts available to you, and I'll show you that document at the end and how you can get a copy of it so you can begin doing the work for yourself. I will note here that ChatGPT currently, the current version, the latest release version, I think is 5.4, right? And I guess as a matter of fact, you should know that ChatGPT is almost at, or probably at, a PhD level as far as the response, the intelligence that you're going to get back when you put the responses in. And also, you can create a free account, y'all. All right, create a free account and you can utilize it, and you can get a lot of use out of it without even having a subscription. But I would recommend that you get subscription, the paid one, which is only $20 a month. For $20 a month, you can do deep research. There's so much more information available to you. So take that under consideration when you're considering ChatGPT. All right, so let me move my little camera here. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make it a little smaller just so we can work through the prompts here. Prompt 1 says, I feel like I'm ready for a new chapter in my life, but I'm not sure what it looks like yet. Ask me thoughtfully, step-by-step questions to help me uncover what I enjoy, what I'm good at, and what kind of life I want to create. So watch the magic, y'all, as I tell ChatGPT to give me an answer. All right, so it's analyzing the prompt that I put in. And this is for anybody that don't know, right? This is going to help you uncover what your next step are, or pretty much giving you more information to help drill down, right? Help you drill down this new chapter in your life. So I'm looking at the results, and I'm always fascinated at what ChatGPT comes up with. So ChatGPT responds, absolutely. Let's uncover it gently and clearly, one layer at a time. Do not try to answer everything perfectly. Just answer honestly. And then it gives you a list of questions. You see it right here, right? It says reply to these 5 questions. We'll start with step 1. What lights you up? All right. And once you answer those questions, what ChatGPT will do is give you more, right? You'll keep peeling back the onion, so to speak. And you'll get to the point where, oh my God, that's it. That's it. That's who I want to become, or that is me, right? And then you can just come back with another prompt and you can just drill in even more, drill down, should I say, even more to who you want to become in the next chapter. All right, got it? That's beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to grab another prompt. And if you think you can put in the chat that this is helpful for you, where we actually do an exercise where we actually work through a prompt, and I'll just throw some information in there and you can just see how it works. Just put it in the chat. And if you're looking for a podcast that will help you work through it, I want to be able to do that for you. Stand by as I grab prompt number 2. I get so excited about artificial intelligence because it can do so much good, y'all. My second prompt says, help me to identify the top 5 core values by asking reflective questions about what matters most to me, what frustrates me, and what brings me fulfillment. Then summarize my values in simple, clear language I can use to guide my decision. So let's watch the magic and see what ChatGPT comes back with. Automatically, it responds human-like, all right? But just keep in mind, this is a machine. This is machine learning at its best. I love where you're going at with this. This is the kind of clarity that becomes a compass for every decision you make. Let's do this in a simple, guided way. Don't overthink your answers. Go with what feels true. So it guides you through this, right? And here's step 1. What matters most to you? And it'll say, answer these from your heart. And once you respond, all right, ChatGPT will come back with another response, right? What frustrates you? What brings you fulfillment? Identify patterns, helping others to grow, being respected, freedom or flexibility, faith or purpose, achievement or excellence, stability or security, creativity or expression. Next step is defining your core values. And it even says, here's a template. It gives you a template to work with. And let me tell you, y'all, you can actually, after you finish working through this and drilling down, you can ask ChatGPT to export these notes, all of these notes, into a Word document. I know. I get so excited about this. You don't have to, get a notebook and say, hey, let me capture all the notes myself. You can take all of this information and just by a prompt, you can say export. Let me put it there. This information to a Word document. And I'm going to let you see what comes back. Let me move my little face here. It's analyzing what I said. It saves you so much time. You see how fast ChatGPT gives you all those questions, and depending on how fast you respond to those questions and you drill down, you peel back the onion until you get to the final response or the final results that you're seeking, then what ChatGPT can do by you prompting it is to download it into, or to put it into a Word document that you can download. And what typically happens here, there's a link. And if I click on the link, you see how it pops up there. And let me see if I can open that up. I'll bring the document over to you. 1 second. Let me see. I don't think I can bring it over while I'm sharing or recording, but I'm going to put that in the chat for you or give you the link to it so that you can access that, as well as the prompts that you'll be able to access at the end of this podcast. So I'll put the link in the chat you'll have it to reflect upon. But how good is that, right? Think about that. How much time that's going to save. This is just excellent work, and it takes a lot of the time that it would take you to do this. You can do it in minutes. All right. So now I want to go back to my homework tab, and at the end, I'll see if I can show you that export, but it exports into a Word document. I'm excited about that. But let's go into prompt number 3. All right. I try to do this so fast, but it never works because I just get too excited. All right. So now I put in prompt number 3. And it says, based on my desire to grow and move forward in life, help me to identify one small realistic step that I can take this week. Ask me a few questions, then suggest 2 to 3 simple actions that align with my goals and current season of life. Now, let's watch the magic. Stand back and watch the magic. All right, so ChatGPT gives you some shout out there. I love this direction for you, right? This is how real reinvention happens, one aligned step at a time. Let's slow this down and make it intentional. First, a few grounding questions for you. So you go through your grounding question. Now, based on your season of reinvention, here are 3 simple realistic steps that you can take this week. It tells you the woman I am becoming is, in the next season, I'm focusing on. I'm no longer available for. You're filling in the blanks. Also, take one visible step. This is a momentum builder for you, right? Pause or post a short, authentic message on LinkedIn or social media sharing your journey of reinvention. Outline one ideal for your next offer, podcast, episode, or teaching, and reach out to one person who aligns with wherever you're going, right? Collaboration, mentorship, or connection. Visibility creates opportunity. Quiet faith plus bold action equals doors opening. You see all of this information. I'm not going to go through step by step, but again, you can take this information and export it to a Word document, or you can look at the last line here. ChatGPT have a tendency to either say, hey, what is it that you're trying to do next? And it'll try to guess what that is, right? It'll give you some suggestions. I can help you turn these answers into a personalized 7-day action plan. All right. Based on the work that you're doing here, ChatGPT will give you suggestions on creating an action plan, or you can go further than a 7-day plan. You can do a 30-day plan. You can do a 50-day plan. You can do a 3-month plan, 6-month plan. You can do 365-day plan, whatever it is. ChatGPT, based on what you narrow this down to, where you're good, you're satisfied, you feel like you're in alignment, you have that validation, that confirmation in your spirit, and say, hey, do you want it? It will even create, I know I'm interrupting my thoughts, a vision board for you. So keep that in mind when you're utilizing ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, to help you work through your questions that you have, or trying to determine your next step, or what your vision is. All right. So let's go to prompt number 4. Stand by. I'm going to grab that real quick. And this prompt is really about defining your vision. All right. So I'm going to go back to my homework tab. All right. So homework is actually a project. My project is homework. And then under the same umbrella, you have to look at it as a folder, and then you're creating files in the folder. All right, so this is my way of doing it. I'm going to paste my prompt in there. And this prompt says, help me to create a clear vision for my life over the next 3 to 5 years. Ask me questions about my ideal lifestyle, because this is important, career, finances, relationships, and personal growth. Then help me turn my answers into a short, inspiring vision statement that I can revisit daily. Let's watch the magic. All right. Again, ChatGPT comes back. This is a powerful moment. You're not just thinking about the future. You're intentionally designing it. All right. Let's walk through step by step. Your vision becomes something that you can see, you can feel, and you can move toward daily. All right. So here are the clarifying questions, your lifestyles, your day to day. Once you answer those questions, talk about your career and purpose, answer those questions, finance and wealth, answer those questions about relationships, personal growth, and spiritual life. Right. And once you fill in the blanks and you provide that information, ChatGPT is going to come back and say, hey, they're going to pretty much tell you what direction you may be going into, what might be a better path for you. It will give you some suggestions, more than one, which is great, right? But you'll know there'll be confirmation in your mind, right? Your heart and your soul. You'll feel that validation in your spirit, what the next move is for you, right? Definitely pray on it, right? ChatGPT is here as a tool to help you vet through some of this, but not the final answer, right? Our validation comes from God. All right. So step 2, it talks about turning your answers into a vision statement. And then the next move, here's some more suggestions that ChatGPT will give you. Do you want to refine whatever the responses are into a clear, personalized vision statement? Do you want to make it sound like you, right? You want it to sound like you, more human-like. Ensure it's something that you can read daily. Do you want to create something that you can read daily or feel empowered? Maybe turn it into a devotional, whatever works for you. But do you see how this can be so monumental and instrumental with you doing your work, right? Towards creating a vision and a path forward and reinvention that makes sense, that's intentional, right? All right, so that was my last prompt. Only 4 for today. And I know that this is indeed exciting, and it is. It's exciting because you learned something new. And that's all about that's what the path to reinvention is all about, learning new things, taking this AI opportunity to take you into the next chapter. I will also add this. Wherever you are in your career right now, or even if you're in college and you have a certain major, plug a prompt into ChatGPT based on the major that you have now and the impact of AI on that major in the next 5 to 10 years. Take a look at that, right? And see the response that you get back. And just see if the path that you're on has longevity to it, or see how, or know, get the knowledge and understanding and the wisdom of the impact of AI on whatever major career journey that you're seeking, to make sure that AI is enhanced somewhere in that path. Or you might see something different. You might say, okay, this doesn't have longevity. I might be looking for something different. Just take the plunge. See what kind of information you get back. I would love to hear about it in the chat. Go to YouTube, of course, to be able to do that. I would like to see, how it has helped you and really open up your mind to so many other things. Same thing if you're working right now, and depending on the role or the job that you have, maybe you're a realtor, maybe you're a financial person, maybe you're a project manager, whatever you're doing in your life, I want you to take that career profession, put it into ChatGPT, and just see how the impact of AI is going to be in that profession, in that field, in that role. You can also use AI to say, how can I have the advantage regardless of how AI is going to impact my role? How can I be one of those stars, so to speak, or be prepared, shall I say, for the next thing, already skilled up or upskilled in a way where you know about AI, you know how it's going to impact your industry or your role, but you're in position to be that subject matter expert using AI. All right. So this has been such a teachable moment. This is what I live for. Again, I'm a certified AI consultant. So I wanted to find a way to share this with you. Your feedback is valuable. Based on your feedback, I will definitely make sure that I get you the information or try to utilize ChatGPT even more, put it that way, because that's where I was going. If you want to see more of this, let me know what it is that you want to see or what you want to work on in a podcast, right? And I can do that for you. All right. Remember that you are still becoming. Don't be hard on yourself. You don't need to know everything right now, but it's good to know the tips and the tools and to really have intentional work to work towards the next. All right, please share this podcast with others who may not know. AI has some good benefits to it that can help you grow through the next chapter. All right. Thank you again for joining this podcast. I look forward to see you in the next 2 weeks. Take care. I wanted to show you the handout for guided ChatGPT prompts for your next chapter. Here are the prompts that I walked through today. If this is something that interests you and you would like to have a copy, I will drop a link into the chat. Just fill out the form and put your email in the form. Make sure you document your email in there. And from there, I will send you this copy of the prompts that we worked on today. And here's a copy of the export, the Word document, discovering your core values. And this is the result of putting in those prompts and asking ChatGPT to export them for you. You see how it put it in an organized manner for you so that you don't have to do it yourself. And from here, you can manipulate it and set it up any way that you want. If you want to change the order, add some bullet points to it, add some additional notes that, you want to write down in here, maybe have documentation of it as well. And if you're creating a book, you see how easy this can be as well. You can go into ChatGPT and say, based on the inputs that you put into your prompts, give me a draft of a 25-page book about my life in the last 20 years. It'll export it into a Word document by your instructions, and you can work through it, y'all. Okay, I can't tell you enough, right? There's not enough that I can say. I don't think. I can't say it enough is what I'm trying to say, how beneficial ChatGPT, artificial intelligence, can be for your life. Don't forget to click on the link in the chat to make sure that you get a copy of these handouts. Have a great Resurrection Sunday. Take care.